walking live stream because I feel like going to the desk. But what Jay-Z say? Walk with me, ninjas. This food for thought. You do the dish. We're gonna talk about Rolly. Talking about he want Pacquiao regardless if he lose to Barrios. Jaron boosts Ennis undisputed dreams crashed by the PBC. And we're gonna talk about Mauricio Sulaiman. He made some comments that I really ain't even elaborated on yet about William Skull. So that's what we pretty much gonna talk about. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree in the description. Follow me everywhere. Cash App, Venmo, Derek, CJ Good, 313 both. Check me out on X, Instagram, Free Game 89 channel, Detroit channel, the whole nine. But yeah, I was reading an article where Rolly did an interview with Sean Gazelle and said he gunning for Pacquiao. See, PBC always got a plan. One of the reasons why I feel, in my opinion, that David Benavidez, David Benavidez didn't want to do the Turkey out of Sheik deal, which I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna talk about that real quick. One of the reasons he didn't want to do the deal, he didn't want to be obligated. He didn't want to be obligated to continue to fight that many fights. That's what it was. He didn't want to take tough fight after tough fight. That's what it was. So he didn't want to fight Callum Smith and then had Better Biab on. He didn't want to fight Better Biab. That's what he just didn't want to be tied up in that where he couldn't control his matchmaking. When you got the bread, you pretty much controlling the matchmaking, you controlling the venue, and you damn near controlling when they fight. But that still depends on the fighter. So he didn't want to give up his, free will to do his thing. So I told y'all, when he fought Callum Smith and they turned down all that money to go to Saudi Arabia, record-breaking money for both of them, or at least career high money for both of them. Well, I told y'all, and shout out, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and shit. Shout out to y'all. That told you right then and there that they wasn't gonna take the fight. Double tap the screen and like the video. Y'all niggas be watching, thumbs up or thumbs down or something. It's a little big bitch right here. Hold on. How you doing?
I saw you this morning. Hi. I saw you this morning.
You've been in the house all day. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Every time. The dog do it. The dog will do it. But yeah. I ain't know she was that big. When they start taking them fucking clothes off, I ain't gonna cat. They start taking them clothes off, bro. I ain't know she was like that. Restraint, my brothers. Restraint. You gotta try them getting girls. Get you a dog. Get you a good looking dog. Real cat, no cap. So, what about the tickets? I don't know. I ain't really been in that loop. But low-key, she fine as hell. But, it is what it is. I'm good on that though. We got a little dog along. But yeah, what I was talking about, yeah. So really, Rolly kind of painted a picture where Turkey Al Sheik was saying that how they didn't give him a pre-diem, messed up his hotel room, messed up his gloves. So he was already laying the groundwork to tell you why he wasn't gonna be working with Turkey Al Sheik again. This was the only move they probably had for Rolly. It made the most financial sense. So they let Rolly go on over there. Now, like I said in my other video, I was watching the Mike Tyson interview. With Roy Jones. I mean, not Roy Jones, but Andre Ward he did a while ago. And Mike Tyson said in that video, that's before the Jake Paul fight, he said that Al Heyman ain't in boxing no more. Now, y'all remember, I was the first person saying that Al was done with boxing. I was the first person saying that. So, um, I was the first person saying that shit. And, you know, I'm pretty sure he's still making passive income or getting that residual income off these fighters. Still hitting licks off their ass. Probably still get money when he first started boxing, you know. But but uh but yeah, back to Rolly. So pretty much Pacquiao probably coming back ain't a one-off. And if it is a one-off and Barrios put hands, foot, and toes and elbows on Pacquiao, um, you know, he probably gonna then fight Barrios. He probably gonna squat with Barrios. So and I'll get to the boost part in a minute. So that's probably what it is, to be honest with you. So they was like, okay, we'll give Boost their on this. And they played them. They played them. If you ain't with the gang, you know, PBC really ain't fucking with you. That's a fact. So when Jaron Ennis left, they wasn't gonna let him get undisputed. You think they plan on doing Barrios or Rolly or Pacquiao versus Jaron Ennis? Absolutely not. It don't make no sense. Rolly and Ennis never made no sense. I think Rolly was going around saying Ennis wasn't no star. He wasn't no big fighter. Big fighter. I can believe him saying that. And at the end of the day, you know, Jaron Bruce Ennis, he undisputed. He ain't gonna be undisputed. So that's messed up. They took that away from him. And even if he had signed with PBC, he probably still wasn't gonna be undisputed. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? So you know, now really that opened up the door for him to fight Teofimo Lopez. So you know, with that being the case of him opening up to fight Teofimo Lopez, it ain't no excuse. You know, why do I need to revisit Brian Norman? It's no point now. Why I need to go fight Brian Norman? I'm not about to pay Brian Norman now anything. So he can go over to Japan and get his money. There's no point for Ennis to fight Brian Norman because I can't be undisputed. I got the ring belt, and now you're gonna start to hear people call for him to move up and weight. The TO fight, now the positive thing is it opened the doors for Teofimo Lopez. The bad thing about it is Team Ennis, though, they in preliminary talks to fight TO with Turkey Al-Sheikh, but they don't believe TO. They don't believe TO. They don't believe TO is serious. So if TO ain't serious, you're gonna have to see either Eddie Hearn gonna have to bite the bullet and go fight the Normans, and then act like they waiting for Pacquiao, Rolly, Barrios to fight them, which we all know that ain't happening. That's not happening. So it's nasty work. So Boots and them can stop screaming they undisputed. That ain't gonna happen. You know, if we do realistically say Barrios Pacquiao fight July, let's say Barrios wins, right? Do you think Barrios coming back anytime soon? Barrios hadn't fought since what? Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in November? That dude gonna make that Pacquiao bag, and you ain't gonna see Barrios for another year, if that. So you probably talking about you might see Barrios, what, next summer? So, you know, and if he come back, he gonna fight Rolly, not Boots. So then you probably talking about he might come back at the soonest. What about March 2027 after the Rolly fight? Like, man, and if Rolly win or Barrios win, they ain't fighting Boots. Then you talking about the mandatories. Then you still got to talk about getting Norman in the ring. And if it's established, which I knew it was established, that they was not going to fight Boots, I should have told you that. Them throwing Steonis, they just didn't have a card that brought enough money to do a Steonis, to satisfy Steonis. So they just let Steonis go over there like, okay, we kind of ready to make Undisputed. And they wasn't willing to make Undisputed. I told you that. What's that movie? That's my friend. We friends. Remember Nelly in Longest Yard? Like, nigga, you ain't racist ass rednecks ain't friends. You know? That's wild. I was thinking about old girl that pulled up on. She always talking to us, right? She got the car stopped. I ain't never seen her with no kids. That whole girl ain't got no kids. It's crazy. God be throwing it right in my face. I swear to God. We must stay strong, my brother. That nigga Tom was like, she white. I'm like, that girl is not white, bro. That girl is black. She about my complexion. He's like, she sound white. I'm like, nah. Like, nah. If I wasn't with somebody, I would consider it, but I don't like to live. I don't like to talk to people that live in close proximity to me. Shit. You think you could pop up in my crib anytime? No, sir, we Bob. Shout out to Band Game Boogie. Salute. Unifications don't trump mandatories. That's not true. So let me. Y'all keep saying that shit. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that's not true. It's at the discretion of the sanctioning bill bodies. So anything you see in the rule book ain't nothing concrete. It's all based on the vote. Which what a vote mean is based off of how much cash you willing to give them. So if you ain't willing to pay them, a non-refundable deposit, unifications don't trump mandatory. So sorry, Bucko, that's a lie. It's how much money the sanctioning bill body want to give you. That's what it is. Or want you to give. But yeah, Boots Undisputed Dreams is cooked. That ain't happening. Come on, man. I'm out here starting to get toe up out here. That ain't happening. So PBC was never going to lay the red carpet out for him. So their whole deal was, we'll put Rolly, we'll sacrifice Rolly to Ryan. If he win, we'll throw him in the Pacquiao mix with Barrios. If he lose, maybe he got to go get a 9 to 5. All right. That was their whole agenda. So he was never going to work with Turkey out of sheet, regardless if the experience was good or not good. Unless Turkey was going to put money up for the fights that they wanted to put fight up. And Turkey ain't putting no money up for Rolly, Barrios, and Pacquiao. No. If he's put money up for that fight, you would be hearing it. So Boots thought PBC was all cool. Nah, nigga, this a business. This a business. This a business. So now Boots, I guess T.O. is probably going to be, if T.O. go through with it, T.O. is probably going to be his biggest welterweight fight. Me personally, would I revisit the Norman fight? Yeah, all that shit Norman and his daddy talked. But, it is in Norman best, isn't it his best interest to fight Boots right now? No, he 23 years old. He got time to be at welterweight. I don't think he's struggling to make the weight. Boots, him and Boots, it ain't a pay-per-view fight. It's a good regular HBO fight. HBO championship fight. I mean, it's a great fight. If you could put it on CBS, NBC, ABC, you could put it where everybody could see it. That might revive boxing, that type of fight it could be. That's what people need to be seeing. That's what people need to see. That could revive the sport of boxing. They gonna throw down. It's too much on the line. But putting it behind the paywall, it doesn't increase the exposure. The NFL don't put too much around behind the paywall. The NBA don't put too much behind the paywall. But for I guess for credibility, I guess you want to unify as many belts as possible. But Pacquiao ain't getting in the ring with Boots. Rolly ain't getting in the ring with Boots. And I don't think Barrios was ever getting in the ring with Boots. So that's going to be interesting. We going to see how them Philly niggas twisted. Oh, with Al Heyman, they was all team Al Heyman. Watch them Boots become at his mercy. See, Boots going to give him They gave him Sionis because they had nothing else for Sionis. That's just what it is. So, but that's up to them. Like I said before, if I'm Boots, if I can get Norman and T.O., and I get them my next 2 fights after my mandatory, I think, Boots should be back in the ring pretty soon. He shouldn't have to wait till the end of the year to come back versus old buddy. I like the fact that I think Norman gonna be fighting that Jin Saki dude in June or July. I think Boots should go ahead and do the same thing. Come on. I think Boots should do the exact. No. I think Boots should do the same thing. Come back in June and July and fight all buddy. Shout out to Kid Bud. But Al Heyman don't care if you black. He don't care if you white. You know what I'm saying? These PBC people, man, they move off emotion. They don't move. They don't, shout out to Kid Bud for the super chat, like I said. They don't move with the best intention for their fighters. They don't move for the best intention of the sport. They basically moving. They basically moving. They moving off feeling. You know, because if it was about who was putting the most money up, you know, they would have took some of the money that was put up for Crawford and Spence. I'm pretty sure people was offering way more money for that fight. And Turkey was willing to help him out for that fight. He said, well, Al Heyman said, according to Bud, I ain't letting nobody touch that fight. So they not moving off no type of merit. They not moving off no type of merit. They not moving off principle or template or who got the most money. They moving off of emotion. It's like a motherfucker that's asked you to wear your glasses, to ask you to wear your Rolex watch or some of your jewelry or clothes on the internet to make it seem like they got it. No matter how much they want to seem like they got it, they don't have it. They don't got it. They can perp all they want to. They can fake flex all they want to. But they don't got it. And that's what they're trying to do. That's why Benavidez was at the table with Callum Smith. And Smith like, you know, we could just go take Turkey out of Sheik money, make more money than we ever made before. Why I gotta take a pay cut, you know, to take a fight that we can get paid more money than we made in our careers? I fought Canelo. I'm gonna get paid somewhere in there. You gonna make more money than you ever paid. You gonna line up the winner versus Benavidez and Bivol. What I told y'all what it boiled down to was Benavidez don't want to fight Better Biaz, and Benavidez he don't want nobody controlling this matchmaking. That's the whole thing about PBC. PBC don't want people controlling their matchmaking. That's what it boiled down to. They want Al Heyman. Whole thing was, where's you going? This guy. His whole thing was this, bro. When he was having Andre Berto, when he had Andre Berto as a fighter, you know, Bob Arum started complaining because he was getting Berto all this money, and Berto, you know, hadn't done nothing. And basically, they was investing into Berto's future. And when Berto didn't, you know, pan out, Bob was like, you know, y'all paid all this dude this money, and he didn't pan out like he thought he was. And ultimately, the fight that really proved that he wasn't the next Mayweather or something like that was supposed to be the Victor Ortiz fight. Now, side note, the funny thing was, I seen Victor Ortiz talking about Devin Haney and how when him and Shane was warriors, nigga, I ain't never seen a real warrior say in a boxing ring, in a samurai fight, in a fencing fight, in a hood fight. I ain't seen a warrior say, well, I think I took enough punishment, you know, and quit. I took too much punishment tonight and you quit. Victor Ortiz, look here, these new boxing fans, they don't know. But I remember you quit. I don't deserve to be taking this punishment. I'll never forget that fight. That was I believe, that was the Marcos Madonna fight. That's one of the best fights you would see. Him and Madonna threw down, and it seemed like he was kind of winning that fight, and he quit. He quit that fight. So I don't know who remember that shit. Hey, Madonna was in some classics, bro. Classics that nobody talk about. The Khan fight, I wouldn't call it a classic, but it was solid. The Eric Morales and Madonna, that was a classic. You know, Victor Ortiz and Madonna, that was a fucking classic. Yeah, Madonna was in some fights. Hey, I heard Ruslan Provodnikov coming back. I forget who he fighting against. But yeah, I'm like, oh man, like, oh, retire, stay retired. Yeah, Provodnikov coming back. So yeah, I'm reading a whole bunch of shit, man. But back on point. Yeah, PBC wants to have all the control, but they ain't got no power no more. They move too much off emotion. They move too much off of just making easy fights. So yeah, that's my thing about it, bro. Like if you ain't got the stop. If you ain't got the bread How you dictating terms? How you dictating terms? How did Callum Smith duck Benavidez, bro? He did not duck Benavidez. Turkey out a sheik, put up a certain amount of money. It was gonna be a career high for Benavidez. It was gonna be a lot of money for Callum Smith. PBC said, no, we can make a deal. They wanted Callum Smith to take significantly less money. How is that a duck? That makes no sense. I'm about to make a career high payday, and now I got to take pennies because y'all don't want to do the event under Turkey Island Sheik. No, I'm gonna go get all that money and fight Anthony Yard, right? And watch Benavidez gonna fight that bum ass Ramirez. I'm telling you, dog. PBC been running a scam on y'all for too long. How do you know how much money was off? It's common sense. They said it. Go look it up. He offered Benavidez a career high payday, bro. That's what they go look it up. If I can find the information, you can find it too. He offered him a career high fucking payday. He said, well, you know, it's video of Benavidez saying, well, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. We just sold out Vegas. No, you didn't sell out Vegas, nigga. You didn't sell out Vegas. You didn't. Benavidez ain't no different than it's funny how people continue to question. It's funny how people continue to question people, like go to battle for PBC. It's funny how people continue to say, well, they still defend. Look at the company. It's broke, busted, and dusty. It's broke, busted, and dusty. So I don't even know, what's the point even talking? I'm not even talking about broke, busted, and dusty. That's what we call the PBC over here. Broke, busted, and dusty. It's cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked. So there's really no point in having that conversation. They want to remain in power. Why you gotta come here, Miles? Come on. Why you always gotta go to other? Go this way. That nigga always want to be difficult. He just can't be good dog. And they trying to get me to get a second dog. I can't see it. Come on, small dog, and I can't see it. That ain't in the works. I'm definitely going to hire me a Becky to walk my dogs at that point. Imagine Keisha walking my dogs and shit. You see Frontier Keishas? Y'all seen that video of the Frontier Keishas? How they did Brad at the ticket counter for, he said, I'm 30 minutes before my flight. I said, you can't fly. You got to pay us a fee. Y'all see Keisha customer service? You think I'm going to get a Keisha to walk my dog? You absolutely wrong. You absolutely are wrong. The dog service in the Keisha? No. Send Becky. Don't send. Let me shut up because I'm about to say some wild shit. I'm about to say some shit, niggas. Oh, man. I was going to say some people that's known to eat dogs. Like, no, I don't want them people chopping my dogs up and doing Miles Lomain. And Keisha at Frontier was like, Brad, you ain't getting on this. You ain't getting on this flight, Brad. You're supposed to be here an hour before. You 30 minutes. You got to pay us to check you in, Brad. It's the rules of Frontier. And that's what he get. No. Yeah, that's for the birds. You gotta pay the Keisha fee. You gotta pay the Keisha fee. I know y'all like, if you get with that girl, she could walk your dog for you. No, come here. Which I say this. If I was an available man, I definitely would consider it. I definitely would. But she would have a very short leash. But you don't be knowing until after you hit it. Them bitches be more psycho. But yeah, that would be a possibility. But no. But no, as long as the dog walker is cool, I'm cool with it. As long as they cool, he cool with it. They seem trustworthy. The company insured and bonded. We cool. So Miles is pretty much self-sufficient. I can let him out and he'll walk and piss and do his shit. If you get a Latino, they would just steal your dog. Yeah, no thank you. The way these Mexicans look at me around here, I'm good. The way Hector be looking at me, nah. Maria be wanting to give you the goodies though. Maria be wanting to give you the goodies. No thank you. Hey, some of them, these Mexican bitches, they pop out some kids. They be having some fat ass booty. Now I tell you, Cubans be fire. And Cuban girls, I work with a couple of them. Man, they be fine. They be fine, motherfucker. They just don't age well. That's when I don't really care. They don't age too well. Looking at they parents and shit, they I don't know. But they, man, Cuban chicks, fire. But yeah, what else we were talking about? Yeah, oh yeah, PBC, yeah, the shit show. Yeah, oh, that's all I'm saying, dude. Like, you ain't got no money. You know, at this point, if you still trying to play four corners with the boxing market, we don't even care. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. So they still trying to perp like they got the game on lock. They don't. So, but for the most part, yeah, Boots, it's a wrap. You know, do I think he should go after T.O.? Yeah. You know, I'm not speaking on the whole T.O. I don't really care. Nah, we can't go in the bushes, buddy. You know, I don't really care. You know, y'all still supported Ryan Garcia. Y'all still supporting Ryan Garcia afterwards. Like, who cares at this point, bro? Like, I'm not about to get that dude no more publicity. You know, WBO want to sit down with him, so what they gonna do? Not gonna threaten to strip him. You know, most of y'all call us that behind our back anyway, so it don't faze me. You know, he broke. And I always tell y'all, you know, the true character of a person is, you know, when they down and out, when things ain't going their way, or life kicking them in the ass or in the coochie, that's the true test of somebody is. When everything going good and life is rolling away, I dropped my other bag. And life is rolling, it didn't even matter. Yo, why is your boo-boo so runny, bro? I think it might have been that treat I gave you. Yeah, come on. You can't pick up runny boo-boo anyway. But, stop. Come on, man. But that's the true test of somebody's character. When you down and out, do you still stay self-righteous or you just turn into a crook? And T.O. showing you, when things ain't going this way, when they don't have a plan, even with Turkey Island Sheik, when they don't know how to trust the process, this is who he is. He mad at black people because he broke. Simple as that. He looking at what some of these guys getting, he mad. Like I said, there's a lot of ethnic groups that look at it that way. You ever do something at work and they allow you to do something at work and, you know, them folks or the other see that you getting an accommodation, they start complaining about your accommodation. Well, if he do it, why can't I do it? Look, I've never been that type of person. Now, if it comes to the point where, like, somebody it started affecting me or something like that, or whatever, or whatever, or whatever. Yeah, I might speak up, but I'm not. Oh man, he can do it. Why can't I do? Like, them folks do that, bro. You know, they look at it and say, you know, I got white privilege or I got non-black privilege, and he getting this money. Well, if he getting this, I'm just as good as him. I deserve it because really they think they deserve it because of their skin tone. That they look at as black people being the bottom of the barrel. So if they got it, I should be getting more than them, or at least I should have it. That's that entitlement and that privilege. That's all that is. This nigga got black penis envy. So, you know, guess what? He can do it all he wants to. He still gonna be broke. What Puff say on what was it, Victory? He said all that jealousy ain't gonna do nothing but leave you broke. That's a fact. That's a fact. All that hate and that jealousy, all that's gonna do is leave you a broken person. Like, niggas really be hating on each other. I don't be hating on nobody, bro. I be happy to see niggas win, even people I don't get along with. everybody gonna get their turn. If not, so be it. It wasn't in the it wasn't in the card. People be hating though. He just jealous. So be it. Shout out the dog though. Hopefully he get right with God. He get right with himself. So be it. But with all that hatred built up in you, ain't gonna never get where you gonna get at. Yo, coke sniffing ass pops too. Probably pass you that cocaine to you. But shout out the dog. He figure it out. But yeah, Boo should do it. Norman, T.O., Norman, and then wherever they at with it at PBC, he can move up. But then again, PBC still got Fandor, still got Tim Zoo. Do you go after if what's the brother name? Xander Zayas get the title. Um, Mazzaliaf and Lubin could be fighting. I heard Lubin won last night. Shout out to bro. Um, so yeah, that can actually be a thing. So yeah, maybe he can get in the mix, but PBC still in controlling some things. We gotta stay out the bushes, bro. PBC still, they got a couple assets left, but it's only a matter of time. But yeah, Boots and PBC, Boots getting undisputed, it's probably a pipe dream. But the TO fight, do it for the culture. It's a big money fight. They're gonna pay you for it. If you gotta be in Saudi, wherever you gotta go, Boots gotta start building his name. He should really hope that Turkey wanna put that fight on in Vegas. Honestly, Boots need one of those type of fights. Vegas, um, he need to start to get around a little bit. To start building his profile. So that's my opinion on it. So yeah, I would love to see him fight. Norman, T.O. I mean, will we still kind of call him undisputed because we already know what he'd do to Barrios, but he ain't get it. So when we start talking about how brothers should look out for brothers, Al Heyman ain't never looked out for brothers. Al Heyman look out for Al Heyman's best interest. I looked at some nachos, some tortilla chips yesterday, dog. Or Friday. I'm making me some tacos this Sunday. My mom don't like to go out to eat for Mother's Day. We had bad experiences back in the day. Happy Mother's Day to y'all moms and shit. But personally, I went out for Easter, but we got on a church fast as hell. So it was simple. But yeah, Mother's Day, these niggas be going. Father's Day, man, you can do what the hell you want to do. You can get to that restaurant that's hard to get reservations to. If y'all got a restaurant that's hard to get reservations to, you know what I'm saying? Father's Day, nigga. Father's Day, nigga. Every restaurant that you never can get into, Father's Day, you can get in there. Father's Day, you can get in there. It'd be killing me too. I'm gonna speak on this. I'm gonna do a shirt on this on Free Game 89. I be seeing a lot of bitches not respect they nigga. I really do. I really do. I see a lot of women who don't respect their men. That just be crazy to me. For real. They got a whole newborn son. He bought her roses, but she in my face. These hoes do not respect these niggas, man. And niggas don't even be paying attention, bro. I was at the gas station in the hood and shit before I came back to the crib. So this chick, she in this Dodge Ram and shit. She in the passenger side. Dog, I pull up, she all in my grill, right? So I really ain't paying no attention for real. So I'm like, yo, in my mind, I'm not even paying attention. She in the passenger seat. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, she all in. I get back, bro, start pumping the gas. I'm like, oh, she with bro. And she still staring. So I'm like, you gotta watch, like, y'all know y'all niggas be on guard. Cause you gotta be when you out with your girl, or you out in general. But watch y'all girl eyes sometimes. Watch y'all girl eyes, dog. They really be on some disrespectful ass shit, dog. Oh my mama, they be on some disrespectful shit. I be looking like your man's right there. Maybe it's their cousin or some shit. Who knows? But that bitch had a newborn in roses. It was in my life. My brother Jap say TBAS, that's the movement. This bitches ain't shit. You ever look at it? I see this all the time at the gym. You ever look at a couple and you know she don't respect that nigga, dog. You know she don't respect that nigga. Like men, we know. Like we know. We know. You know when you see a chick and she with a dude, you be like, yeah, he ain't really breaking her. He ain't breaking her in at all. She either just love him. She either just love him, or she there because he paying for shit. He a provider. You can just tell, bro. You can tell. Shit be wild out here, dog. But yeah, let's talk about Mauricio Sulaiman. We almost to the crib. My man, we some tacos. I'm hungry as hell. I just wasn't. I'm hungry as a motherfucker. My mom over there making seafood boils. I'm like, I don't even fuck with it. I don't even fuck with it at all. But boy, if you don't bring your ass over here,
What?
come on, I ain't doing all that. But yeah. So I really let this go over my head, right? And right before I was doing this live, I said I had to speak on this. I talked about it. So Mauricio Sulaiman, you know, he blasted William Skull for his performance against Canelo running, right? Mauricio Sulaiman also talked about how much money Dimitri Bivol passed up to fight Benavidez. He said $8.5 million. Them niggas ain't got $8.5 million for that fight. Benavidez and Callum Smith, they popularity ain't too far off. You know, they popularity ain't too far off. So, you think, you know, they didn't have no money regardless. But my thing is Mauricio Sulaiman is openly, through the years, publicly gave Mexicans who's represented his sanctioned belt body, who's never won a world championship, he get him a bit of a doubt. Ryan Garcia cheated, said that racist shit. Oh, I support Ryan and his mental illness, his mental health. We all knew wasn't nothing wrong with Ryan Garcia. He knew wasn't nothing wrong with Ryan Garcia. Mauricio Sulaiman is a, in my opinion, he's a closet racist. I don't even think it's bigotry. I think it's flat up racism. Wilder want to catch a body, so what? But let's strip him. Like, damn, nigga. Ryan Garcia fuck George Floyd and fuck black people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we gotta help Ryan. And he popped high. Oh, he's having mental health. Ain't nothing mentally wrong. Everybody else get to use the mental health issue, but the number one people in America who should be able to use the mental health fucking the mental health shit, which is black people who done been the most. We can never get the mental health issue. Well, you know, my mom smoked crack when she had me. You know what I'm saying? She used to give me crack in my formula, and that's why I'm fucked. Oh, I don't care. You knew better. You shouldn't have put the crack in your baby bottle. 50,000 years, nigga. 50,000 years, nigga. So yeah, he's showing his true biasness. And my thing is, why is everybody getting on William Skull? You know, why is everybody getting at William Skull? And you know, nobody getting at and nobody talk about why Canelo ain't do what he's supposed to do. You know this dude about to move, so why didn't Eddie Reynoso come with a better game plan, even versus Charlo? Why didn't you cut the ring off? Why was you too late? Why ain't nobody saying, well, why ain't Canelo, you know, mastering through these years? Remember y'all told me, well, Canelo improved. He got better. He mastered he got better to Mayweather. And I said he didn't, but I got called a hater. He didn't get no better. And the Skull fight still showed that he still don't know how to break opponents down. He don't know how to break opponents down. Still winding up his shots, throwing one or two big shots. He don't really know how to, jab to the chest, touch the body here, you know, pepper your jab in there, touch him with a couple combinations, slow him down. You know what I'm saying? Remember Roy Jones? He jabbed and they got arm off. Y'all remember that? Jay Prince was just talking about that in that interview he did with Andre Ward, which was phenomenal, by the way. You know? Canelo don't know how to break a fighter down. That's something that nobody talk about. He don't know how to systematically break somebody down. He don't even know how to throw a jab for real consistently. He don't even know how to consistently really throw a jab. So everybody gonna question William Skull. Why didn't Skull do this or why didn't Skull do it? Why didn't Canelo stop it? Your number one objective in sports is when you look at an opponent, how do I take what he do best and take it away or negate it or slow it down? That's it. That's it. How do I, when you play the Philadelphia Eagles, what's the number one thing you trying to do? Hey, look, we got to stop Saquon. That's the number one thing on the motherfucking bulletin board when they come into their defensive, when they come into their team meeting. Ain't shit else you worried about. Saquon Barkley. How do we slow down Saquon Barkley? And then second thing, they probably say, how do we slow down Jalen Carter? But that's a different thing. That's a different talk. How do we stop him from disrupting our offensive game plan? But you play basketball, you play the Lakers. How we slow down Luka and Bron? Everything else is a subsidiary to that. Everything is a subsidiary. So when you go into, for all these people who don't watch, and I really question the IQ Eddie Renato. I knew he wasn't shit as a trainer, but when he picked Dimitri Bivol for Canelo, I knew better than that. The question wasn't, was Dimitri Bivol the better fighter? The true question was, is Dimitri Bivol gonna get a fair shake? That was the $1 million question. Was he gonna get a fair shake? There was no doubt that people that followed Bivol career through HBO, we knew he was the superior fighter. Y'all didn't fucking know it, but we knew it. And to be honest, the old Dimitri Bivol probably would have did Canelo even more dirtier. He might have got the stoppage because he used to throw a bunch of punches and he used to move off that line hella a lot. The old Dimitri Bivol was more of an amateurish fighter. He got with Joel and learned how to be a little bit more stationary, which in the long run is better for his longevity. But the old Bivol, that motherfucker would have wiped. He would have made Canelo quit. He would have made Canelo straight up quit, bro. All them angles and them punches coming at different angles and how fast he was, and he fought with a rhythm. Man, I think the old Bivol would have stopped Canelo. He probably would have quit that fight. And I mean it. I ain't saying it just to say it. I mean it. But Mauricio Sulaiman be sitting there, quiet when Mexicans do dirty shit. Where was he at with Mauricio Sulaiman when Julio Cesar Martinez got popped hot? Where was he at when it came to that? Where was he at when he popped hot? I'm asking for the congregation. Where's his comments at when he popped hot? Where's his comments at when Eddie Renato had several fighters under his wing pop hot? Whether Ryan was with him or not, he was there. He was under his wing for a long time. Canelo, Oscar Valdez, where was these niggas' comments at? I just feel like any black fighter that hold that WBC, man, you borderline cooning. It's a different set of rules. Yeah, they let Earl Spence hold the belt long as hell. And to be honest, so be it. The sun shine on the dog ass every once in a while. He always supportive of what they do. The one time he wasn't is when he stripped Canelo for Triple G. That's it. That motherfucker is not. They are clearly a biased organization. And I just feel like clearly they don't fuck with niggas. Flat out. We already know that about Mexican people. They're more hate in their heart for, a lot of them got more hate in their heart for us than Brad and Becky do. And that's cool. And I'm not saying there ain't no cool Mexicans. That ain't what I'm saying. But Mauricio Sulaiman doesn't have the sport's best interest. He has his people best interest. And then I say to that, where is the black sanctioning belt body or the American sanctioning belt body who has the best interest for American fighters? Let's not just say black American fighters. For American fighters, where is he? Where is they at? None. The IBF don't show no biasness towards American fighters. It's always some nigga from Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan or Turkestan that's somewhere getting a high ass fucking rating that we don't know where he come from. Just gotta keep it a bean. Sulaiman has supported racists. He done supported drug cheats. Where's his comments about T.O.? Because he had some supportive comments about Ryan, and Ryan never fought for his belt. T.O. said what he said, and he used to hold the WBC. He still got one at the crib. He still got one at the crib. That's why I be telling y'all, man, these fighters, these black fighters got a lot of power. These black fighters got a lot of power. And they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to use it. They don't care to use it. I tell y'all, Shakur Stevenson, he Puerto Rican. I keep telling y'all that. He Puerto Rican. I know y'all don't believe me when I say that. He got beef for every other black fighter. You know, he'll go back and forth with Keyshawn a little bit. He'll disagree with Bud about being on the undercourt, but he say some shit about Egner Berlanga, and bro, I didn't mean it like that. Like he in the room with Egner Berlanga's shirt off with his tongue about Egner Berlanga's genitals and shit, listening to Chris Brown Take You Down. Like I'm telling y'all, niggas are Puerto Rican, bro. When he held that, Bob and them had him hold that Puerto Rican flag up, he ain't no brother. He ain't no brother. And that's the fucked up thing about it, honestly. Don't look at the skin color, look at the actions. Look at the rebuttals. Look who they got hate in their heart for and who they don't. But Sulaiman, piece of shit. I'm gonna say it all day. I'm gonna say it with my chest, piece of shit. Piece of motherfucking shit. He don't be having none of that ill will and malice when it comes to his, always grace when it comes to his people. I gave back to many fighters. What fighters you gave back to? Because a lot of them look broke, busted, and dusted, and disgusted. Come on. Let's keep it a bean. He gonna do what's in his best interest of his people, okay? If I'm a black fighter, if I'm an American fighter, who in our best interest? Only time we get leniency or we get autonomy to move how we want to move is when we generate a bunch of money. And when you look at it, when you do all the math, every high grossing fight that there's been, we didn't damn near been part of everyone. In boxing, when you take out the Triple G and Canelo, it's been a nigga in every other fight. Am I wrong? So when we start having these conversations about that, am I wrong? We are the money in the sport. Every damn near historic fight there has been, it's been us. Thriller Manila. You know, Rumble in the Jungle. What was Floyd and Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya's The Worlds Collide? De La Hoya ain't do that with another fighter. He ain't never did them type of numbers with another fighter. Closest probably was Trinidad. You know? So that's my whole thing about it. It's like We bring all this notoriety to the sport, right? We generate all this money, all this notoriety, the majority of the greatest fighters that ever did this shit are black. You know, where are we protected at? Where are we protected at? Where are we protected at in this boxing game? Where are we valued at in this boxing game? Where's our value? Where's the value at? That's my question. Where's the value at? Where do we have a sanctioned belt body that got our back, like the WBC? You know, like the WBC got, like the WBC got their people back. Who got our back like that? Just a fair question. Every time we do something that's borderline controversy, catch a body, drug test, or whatever, we get condemned for it. And rightfully so. But when are we gonna start getting a pass? Or when is somebody gonna start putting us first when it comes to this this boxing shit? When somebody gonna start coming through the neighborhoods and through the black gyms and giving money away? When they gonna start giving money into the hood, back to the hood? The hood that generated a lot of money in boxing. When is Mauricio Sulaiman, where a lot of black fighters and black fans who put money in his pocket, when is Mauricio Sulaiman gonna pay that debt back to the black community? That's all the nigga asking. When he gonna pay that debt back to the black community? When he gonna kick that back? And I don't want to hear none of these fake ass stories about him helping fighters past their prime and shit. You literally taking money from fighters for no reason. He literally taking money away from fighters for no reason, bro. And that's a fact. What's so important about the WBC? It's not a real belt. It's plastic. It's plastic. It ain't no real funky ass belt. So we start having these type of conversations, bro. I'm just keeping it a bean. What boxing gym has he gave back into the inner city? Philly didn't have a bunch of proud WBC champions. When he went to Philly and did a boxing clinic or a fundraiser, I could be wrong, for the kids, the youth of Philly. Philly didn't put a lot of money in the WBC pocket. Am I wrong? And I could be. I'm gonna get the comments in a minute. I'm gonna see. Let's start cooking. So, and maybe your boy CJ, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of pocket. But my thing is, what sanctioned belt body got, you know, or got the best interest of American fighters in general? Come on. They go back to their careers, put their kids through college, help out their community, right? Help out their community. And when it comes to our community, we get left high and dry. You know, and that's just my perception of it. And like I said, I could be 100. Hold on, real quick. I could hold on, shit. I'm getting hella messages. Feedback. But yeah, that's just the way I see it. So, but yeah, I could be wrong, man. Maybe I'm tripping. But like I said, man, this generation of black folks, we so cooked, bro. So I'm talking about helping each other out. He said they trying to say the tickets are selling. I didn't even know the tickets was on sale. I was talking about going out there. I'm probably thinking about moving around that time too. I might go. And I'm going on a motherfucking supposed to be going on a cruise too. So I had to get all my paperwork, get my real ID, and get my passport and shit. Hannibal salute. So I'm supposed to be going on the cruise around that time. So, and I might move. I'm thinking about moving downtown and shit. So, um, Platinum P salute. He said T.O. never was under. Yeah, he wasn't. Rolly and Pac. Yeah, Rolly just did an interview with Sean Tizell. Yup. Pacquiao served Thurman and Broner though. Yeah. Unify and already comes. He said rules are based on money and Yup. That's what when you start hearing like you hear shit like vote and all that type of stuff. It's based on the vote. Who the hell ducks Calvin Smith? That's my point. That's something. I mean, it's a great point. You know, how you gonna tell Calvin Smith to not take a payday, to take less money to fight you? He ducked him. He never was gonna fight Calvin. If he did, he would have fought him in Saudi Arabia for career high payday. He never was fighting him. Dan Barry salute. Richard salute. He said I can't buy. Man, why these weirdos here, man? Get your Oscar De La Hoya yourself out. Calvin Smith ducked Benavidez. No, he didn't. Calvin Smith didn't. So he supposed to take less money and fight Benavidez? Come on, man. Get out of here. Man, get out of here, bro. Ain't nobody. PBC fighters duck. Manny gonna fuck around and starch Barrios. Yeah, I can see that. But what I seen in that exhibition, I probably got Barrios. Renardo, salute. He said Lubin looks like shit and background is gonna start. Yeah, I didn't see the fight. So, I don't know. Did he? How do you know how much money they was? They said it. Like, you literally can go look that up. Go look it up. What's crazy is May Impact 2 is still $1 billion paper. I don't know at this point. I don't think so. He said Smith without purpose 500K. That's what they reporting, bro. I'm pretty sure he got more than 500K. And you got to remember too, I don't think UK fighters pay taxes in Saudi Arabia. They don't even pay taxes in Saudi Arabia, somebody told me. So, say what you want to say. If you going by them guarantees, go ahead. They said, Mauricio Sulaiman said, Beaver was only guaranteed $2.5 million when he fought Better BF. We know he made 10. So what are we talking about? You want to still believe in PBC? Believe in PBC. Benavidez ain't no different than the rest of they pussy ass fighters. There isn't much star power in boxing right now. That's why people like Jake Paul are marketable. Yep, Vincent, I agree. Oh, y'all about to get, man, Cleveland about to come back and tap that ass. You know it. Cleveland about to come tap that ass. Hell, Burton better get his daddy. He says it's funny how many Mexicans there are, but here on the East Coast is all Puerto Rican. Yeah, I mean, Mexico is close to the border. You gotta understand that shit. Like, if you go to like South Florida, it's gonna be heavy in, like Cubans and all that stuff. So when you go over to the West Coast, really a lot of that used to be Mexico. San Diego right there, damn near on the border. When you start talking about New Mexico, all that, yeah. And Puerto Ricans, I don't know why Puerto Ricans choose New York. That's a great question. So I don't know what the pipeline to New York is. Is it baseball? Is it a big city? So I can't really answer that question. Somebody from New York had to answer why so many Spanish people or Puerto Ricans up on the East Coast. Because they tend to be warm weather people too. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Mexicans kind of tend to want to stay that way because it's warmer weather. But I don't know why so many Puerto Ricans. I can't answer that question why there are so many Puerto Ricans why so many Puerto Ricans in in New York. I don't know that, but you really see who a person is when they express themselves online behind anonymous. Yeah, they do. Yep. I won't be mad at Boots for knocking TOI. I mean, what else can he do at this point? Most people, say, will find every reason as to why they didn't get it besides looking at they can do better. Yeah. Nope. Everybody want to see. When you start seeing everybody the problem, you need to look at yourself. Who you got, Fondora, Tim Zoo? I really don't care. I'll probably pick Fondora. Tim Zoo might be finished. I'm a Philly guy, and Boots can sell out Sixers Arena, no problem. But he needs a big fight in Vegas for sure. Yeah, ain't nothing. Nobody ever became a superstar out of just fighting in Philly. And nobody really became a superstar just fighting at the crib regardless. So you got to get out there and expand the brand. He said, no, don't do it. Don't wash the eyes. You're going to end up in jail. You better send your Keisha to the upper room. Johnson, salute. He said, I want to see Benavidez versus Anthony Yard, but Yard looks like trash. Yeah, he lost to that guy. Yeah, he lost to that guy before. Yeah, he lost to that guy. He lost to Lyndon Arthur. Then I think he knocked him out in a rematch. I don't know why the fuck they was fighting the third time. Generational trauma is real and not taught. Yeah, a lot of niggas don't have conflict resolution either. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of black folks don't have conflict resolution. They don't know how to de-escalate nothing. Niggas don't know how to de-escalate shit. The version that fought, hold on, let the wait. The version that fought Sullivan would have did Canelo dirty. Oh, I said Reynoso is a bad trainer and coach, but honestly, Briscoe, I don't know how much you can even cut off the ring. The way he was jumping on the ring, you got to break him down. I'm surprised he didn't get a smaller ring. I was surprised Beevil didn't stop Canelo because when Canelo gets hurt, he gets mad. And yeah, Beevil just stayed disciplined. K Diamond, man, Skull wasn't running no more than Plant was. Only difference was Plant got tired. That's a great point, K Diamond. Smoky Career. He said why they put that Tim Tszyu Fondor rematch on the same day as Tim. Well, Usyk and the boys gonna be early in the day, so yeah, that's gonna be early in the day. Tim Tszyu and Fondor are gonna be at night, so you be able to watch Usyk and them at 6 and come back around Eastern Standard Time about 11. You watch Pacquiao and Barrios. So Sulaiman scumbag always have. In fact, IBF love them unknown Europeans. Javier Logan, salute how that video so zesty. I was talking about the Shakur and them. The only fighters that take advantage of the industry is Floyd. The way you were speaking, boxing needs somebody to answer to. Too much free. Yeah, they need a board or something. I would trust Turkey before Sulaiman. This sounds racist. No, he hasn't said one thing racist. But I really ain't worried about what that dude had to say. 913 box shot to Kansas City. Parker about to shock the world. Bud's gonna shock the Bud going to the upper room. Canelo gonna send that. Canelo ain't let no Bud outbox him. He get outboxed, but I think he gonna sleep Bud. That's just my opinion. But yeah, let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.